Hello my makeup loving friends. So in the Sydney Grace Christmas in July sale, I did go a little bit mad and I bought, well, it was part of a free bundle, but I got the Raspberry Kiss bundle and I haven't tried it yet because I wanted to wait until we could sit down and do it together. So this is what the video is about today. We're going to talk about the Raspberry Kiss bundle. So it's a 9-pan eyeshadow bundle and I had put it into my rather large Sydney Grace singles palette, but I've taken them out just so I can figure out the names, etc. So what we're going to do first is just swatch them on the arm and just have a see as to what they look like. So this is Laughter, Trust, ooh, and Aim High. They look quite pretty. Very kind of soft, warm colours. I like. I mean, I don't, but you know me, I don't normally go for neutrals, but I was like, there's sort of reds and berry tones. It's just like me getting caught up by the modern Renaissance palette again. But look, you know, there's worse things to get caught up in. So this is Dream Big, ooh, a nice brown, Role Model, and Be Kind. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Very cohesive. That's a very strong brown shade. So Shine Bright. Oh, a nice shimmer. Treasure All. Not swatching great, is it now? And Keep Smiling. Again, those last two don't seem to be swatching fantastically, but that they look really quite nice. Very cohesive. It's more like not like a warm brown palette then. I wouldn't have called this raspberry myself. I don't know what you guys think. It looked more raspberry on the site, but look, it's on the arm now and this is what we're dealing with. So let's see what it's like when we do our wipe test. Yeah, look, we're still having quite a bit of pigment. So that does give us a good idea about the longevity. That brown is really sticking around. And then we have, even the shimmers are kind of sticking around as well, so that's good to see. Now let's try wipe number 2. And I'm giving it a good firm wipe. Yeah, that's gotten rid of most of it. The brown has kind of stayed around a little bit, but other than that, yeah, so it seems that we have a decent eyeshadow in terms of longevity. So now let's just figure out what it is that we're going to do. So I'm taking my E34 domed utility brush. You know how much I love it. And I was thinking I'll go into the shade Trust. And ooh, bit of kick up in the pan, but like no major issue. And let's just get into it. So I'm going to keep the eye open because I've been watching Make Me Up Missa. She's brilliant. I'm going to link her in my description. But she has slightly hooded eyelids and my eyelids are going more hooded, and she reckons that to help with that in terms of how it looks in the eye, keep your eye open when you're applying your eyeshadow first, just to see where the crease in the line is. So if you're a bit freaked out about my eye being opened, that is why. There's a reason behind that. I'm trying something. I'm just right, that seems to be where my crease is. This is not the first time I'm doing it, even though it definitely looks like it is. But I have been trying this in the last week and I do think it helps. So I'm going to go in with the shade Keep Smiling and I'm using the E34 brush again. So Keep Smiling was that really like chocolatey brown. So let's see how that goes. So I'm just, now I can close the eye because I've got the imprint of where it is that I want to go with things. So I'm just kind of stamping this on. Just before it meets the line of the other colour, just because I want to start giving depth, because I'll be blending out it out then to where the other colour is, if that makes sense. I hope it does. If not, don't worry, it's just because I'm not explaining things properly. It's not your fault, it's mine. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try and bring that in. What I'm going to do now is take this domed blending brush, completely clean, unlike the rest of my brushes at the moment, because it's just I have no time. And I'm going to try and blend that brown into the more reddish colour. What I'm going to do is take this same brush and I'm going to go back on with that first shade that we went on with, which was Trust. And I'm just going to take a bit of that on the brush and just pop it on over that brown. Just blend it that little bit further. I think they're blending okay, although they're kind of coming out a little bit muddier. It's interesting because, you know, it says it's a raspberry kiss bundle, but there's nothing that's that raspberry about it. Or maybe it's just me. Am I being really stupid? Like, am I? Because there is a very definite possibility for that. I'm going to take the E25 blending brush and just going to clean it through the Vera Moda so you can see. Look, no dirt with it. So just so you know that. So as long as I take this one, Laughter, take that on the blending brush, so the E25, and I'm just going to pack that half on top of that and a little bit over it. So I want to try and soften it out. It's quite dark colour, like as in it's quite dark. Oh, look so far. That's as good as it's kind of going to get for me at the moment. I don't know. I don't want to say that I'm underwhelmed, because I'm kind of like, is this maybe more the fault of the colour story than of the shadows? But then at the same time, the shadows aren't blending very well. Or is it just me being really crap at doing eye makeup? I mean, I'm not amazing at doing eye makeup, but I think I'm alright, like. But at the same time, makeup is for everyone. It shouldn't just be for people who are like bomb at doing their eyeshadow. Like, most of us have other things to do. I am taking my NYX eyeshadow base. So I want to try and do a cut crease. I say try because, well, it's me. I'm not very good at these things. So this is another little tip I learned from Make Me Up Missa. And it's that you put it on your eyelid like this, right? And then you open it and kind of roll your eye up. And you see there, you can see the line where it hits. So that's quite handy because then it kind of lets you know exactly where your crease is. Sorry, I'm putting the mirror up. It's literally because I am blind and cannot see. So I'm sorry. Our sibling was like, I've said this to a few people and they're like, oh, why don't you like wear contact lenses? And it's like, well, actually if I wear contact lenses I'll only get about 80% of my vision, so that's not great. And then you don't want to be, you know, putting contacts in to do your makeup and then taking them out so I can put my glasses back on, because I don't think I could really drive if it's only giving me like 80% of my vision. I just end up with a terrible headache like through the day, and I'm like, no, I'm not so vain that I'm willing to give myself a bad headache, so no thank you. And I'm just going to take my little finger, because, you know, all about high-end experience here, isn't it? Blend it. That's fine. That's grand. And I'm going to do the other eye now. Gonna blend it out with my little finger, so you know you should hopefully have one on disposal. It is the Sigma finger blending E5. This is the 5th finger there thing, or I suppose technically 4th finger because the thumb isn't really a finger. I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use I'm just giving it a quick clean just to make sure everything's okay and that I'm not getting any excess product from something else. No. Okay, so I'm using my E55 eye shading brush and I'm going to go into the shade Shine Bright and I'm just going to pick that up. Whoa! God, oh Lord, it's very crumbly. Very, very crumbly, and I did just like throw a pile of it on the floor. I'm glad I kept my vacuum so that I can give this, because there's like carpet in here. I don't know why you'd put a carpet in a makeup room, but sure, like, I mean, to each their own. I'm just trying to stamp that on, just try and get that sort of pigment. Just like the little eyeshadow pans everywhere. So trying to stamp it on. Stamp, 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 stamp. Because that's all terribly, terribly technical here on this channel. You know, stamp, stamp, stamp. I suppose technically I should be using this wet, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'll pick this up now and I will use my I'm so strong all-nighter setting spray. There we go. And yeah, just see will that make a difference in terms of the vibrancy? Yes, it does. Fantastic. There we go. I think that's kind of generally the cut crease. So what will I do next? Yeah, I'm going to take my E40 tapered blending brush and I'm going into this sort of a raspberry toned one. It's called Role Model. I'll go into that because I'm like, I need to get something raspberry-ish out of this. It's a shimmer, but I'd like if they had more berry toned nuts. It's just me. I'm not dipping into any other palettes for this. I'm just using this one. So just packing it and then blending. So I'm going to follow that line that I initially made. Now I kind of want to mesh the two colours together so they blend a bit. Super like it. Yeah, see how they blended quite nicely. But they do blend really quite well. I think those colours, they kind of muddied a bit together. It's probably just me. I don't know. Back and with quite a severe lip, but I kind of felt doing something a little bit more vampy. I used the Melt Melancholy lip and the smell of this liquid lipstick is just, I love it. I just want to smell it all day long, so it's really quite nice. So I've done the rest of my face, you know, blush, etc. I'm mostly just using my Project Pan stuff at the moment because that's what I brought with me to England. But let's just finish the under eye. I'm going to show you what it actually looks like now at the moment. with my lashes on, and I used the Eyelure Volume number 107. I think they look quite nice. So this is where we're at the moment. So I'm trying to figure out what it is that I want to put under the lash line, and I'm thinking I might go with the shade Treasure All, and I'm using my E30 pencil brush. I'm just gonna pack it under here. And I used an Urban Decay pink Glide On 24/7 eye pencil. It's in the shade Woodstock for the waterline, just in case you're wondering what's going on there. Obviously used my mascara, so I used the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Lash. I quite like that, and it is in my project pan. And it's part of what I brought with me when traveling, so that is what has happened. And I used the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in the shade Zero, which is a black to tight line. Obviously my Laura Mercier powder, my Urban Decay foundation, because again that's what you can. Basically I used a chunk of the stuff that I brought with me to England, so if you've seen my travel makeup video, if not I will link it somewhere. That is a lot of what I've used on the face. I think that looks pretty nice, all things considered. Yeah, so I'm essentially going to go and get dressed now and do my hair. Sorry, I'm just putting away like brushes. How do I have so many brushes? Like, it's an actual problem. But I'm going to go and put on my makeup. Well, not my makeup because of my makeup put on, but I am going to go put on clothes, get dressed, etc. And I'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts of my first impression of the Raspberry Kiss clothed. The hair is done. So we'll just look as to what the eyes actually look like now that I've finished. So I'll hold back the fringe so you can get a decent look. So I wouldn't say it's very raspberry. I found the colours to kind of muddy a little bit. So the colour tone I think as well was all very much in the same sort of range. I think there needed to be more diversity, because yeah, there were some paler shades, but they were mostly in the shimmers, and I wanted some paler mattes to kind of blend out the edges of the eye. I kind of couldn't really do that. The raspberry tones, any that were there, they were all in the shimmers, so I had to even just try and apply them to the edges, so that was a little bit more, I don't know, I don't think the colour story makes sense with what they, excuse me, I'm just putting this down. I don't think that the colour story makes sense with what it is that they're saying this is. I think if they had said it was like a warm brown, it would have made more sense. It doesn't seem to be a Raspberry Kiss bundle to me. One of my issues was when I was blending it, it just seemed to kind of muddy out, even though I was using a clean blending brush. I specifically did that because I kind of noticed that when I was using the other Sydney Grace bundle, the Mountain Trail bundle, that they were kind of muddying out a little bit, and I thought, well, maybe that's just the brushes that I'm using, but I used this and I knew for a fact that that was clean, so it was my E43 to blend it out, and it was just kind of going a little bit muddy, so that was a smidgen problematic for me, and a little bit sad, because I think you'll know I really do like Sydney Grace. I think their shadows are generally really good. So I don't know if it's that they've changed their formula or what the story is, but it was a little bit disappointing. I mean, if you like these shades and you like a fairly neutral eye, I think you could be fairly happy with it, but there wasn't enough kind of transition shades there for me to really get it to work in the way that I might like. It was okay, nothing mind-blowing. I don't know how I would feel about recommending it after this first impression. I will leave that to yourselves as to how you think they performed, and you know, did you like this eye look? As to whether or not it would be something that you would be interested in. They do retail for $33 for these 9 pans, and they come from America. So if you are in Europe, you are going to have to pay that extra duty tax. So remember that. It will end up being, well, not considerably more expensive, but a bit more expensive than you had originally anticipated. So I don't know if it's necessarily worth it for that. I don't know. I was a bit sad. That's what I'll say. A bit sad. But yes, let me know what you guys think. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I love seeing you guys commenting underneath. Because this is part of why I have done all of these, is to get to know people who have similar interests to me. I want a little makeup community. That's what I'm interested in. So yeah, have a fabulous rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.